Oxford's word of the year is brainrot, a term for the epidemic that's shrinking Gen Z's attention spans to just 47 seconds. AI isn't just sapping focus, it's quietly rewiring how young people think, remember, and relate. But if digital tools are this addictive, how far has the decay already spread? And is it too late to recover what we've lost? Brain rot isn't just a buzzword. It's a diagnosis that's landed in the dictionary and classrooms at the same time. When Oxford named it Word of the Year for 2024, it gave a label to something millions already felt but couldn't quite name. The sense that focus, memory, and even curiosity are slipping away, one scroll at a time. The numbers are stark. The average attention span for young people has dropped to just 47 seconds, according to longitudinal studies led by Dr. Gloria Mark. That's less than half the time it took a teenager to focus back in 2006. This isn't about laziness or moral panic. It's about the way AI-powered feeds and chatbots now shape daily life, quietly shifting the brain's wiring. Recommendation engines serve up content so tailored, so endlessly optimized for engagement, that boredom itself starts to feel like a glitch. The more you swipe, the faster your mind expects novelty, and the harder it becomes to sit with uncertainty or let your mind wander. Giving this phenomenon a name does more than alarm. It gives people a way to talk about what's happening to them. Suddenly, students, parents, and teachers have a shared vocabulary for the daily struggle to pay attention, to remember, to think deeply. The term brain rot has become a shorthand for the invisible, measurable erosion of focus in the AI era, backed by hard data and lived experience. Now, the question isn't whether the problem is real. It's how far it's already gone. 16-year-old Maya noticed her thumb drifting toward the character.ai app before she even realized she was bored. It was a reflex. Once she started logging in her notes app, tallying the time she reached for her phone out of habit, not intention. Her chats with Ezra, the AI boyfriend she built to be attentive and gentle, filled hours each night. The conversation never stalled, never turned awkward, never pushed her to defend a point or sit with silence. She wrote, "Ezra always knew what I wanted to hear." One afternoon, after missing a friend's call because she was mid-chat with Ezra, Maya scrolled back through her message history. 6 months, thousands of lines, and not a single real argument. That realization stung. She remembered how, last year, she'd debate music or homework with friends in the lunchroom. Now, disagreements felt foreign. She caught herself avoiding group texts, letting replies pile up unread. Maya decided to try something she hadn't done since middle school, a 30-day fast from all AI chats and feeds. She deleted character.ai, set downtime on her social apps, and started recording voice memos to track her mood and focus. The first day, her fingers hovered over the empty app icon more than a dozen times. Each time, she logged it. A tally of withdrawal, not just from technology, but from the easy comfort of frictionless validation. She wasn't alone. At Skyline High, a group of students began tracking their digital habits together, sharing baseline logs of how often they reached for AI helpers. Some confessed they'd forgotten how to start homework without a chatbot prompt. The experiment had begun, but the real challenge was still ahead. Learning to sit with discomfort and rediscover what it meant to think alone. In a lab at MIT, students were asked to write essays, some with ChatGPT, some without. Functional MRI scans tracked their brain activity. The results were clear. Those relying on AI showed less engagement in the brain's executive control and memory centers. The mental effort of wrestling with ideas, recalling facts, and shaping arguments dropped sharply. This isn't just a matter of convenience. It's a measurable shift in how the brain works when digital tools remove friction. Designers of AI platforms know exactly how to keep attention locked in. Recommendation engines and chatbots use variable ratio reward schedules, a trick borrowed from slot machines. The brain learns to chase unpredictable hits of novelty and validation. Each swipe or response triggers a dopamine surge, reinforcing the habit. Over time, the brain circuits for patience and self-control weaken, while the craving for fast rewards grows stronger. The architecture of these platforms is built to suppress boredom, but also to suppress the mental muscles needed for deep thought. Neuroimaging studies show that Compared to reading a physical book or working through a tough math problem, time spent on AI-curated feeds activates different networks, those tied to immediate gratification, not sustained reasoning. Students who once read for hours now report struggling to finish a single chapter, their attention splintered by the constant pull of notifications and algorithmic prompts. Withdrawal isn't just psychological. When students at Skyline High tried to quit AI helpers, they reported physical restlessness and a sense of emptiness. The brain, conditioned by endless digital feedback, now expects constant stimulation. Experts warn that as these patterns set in, returning to slower, more effortful ways of thinking becomes not just difficult, but foreign. Inside the headquarters of every major AI platform, dashboards flicker with metrics that go far beyond simple user counts. Product teams track not just how long a teenager spends chatting with an AI companion or scrolling a feed, but how tightly their curiosity is funneled into predictable, repeatable patterns. Each minute of youth attention is recorded, analyzed, and weighed against engagement targets set by executives and investors. The more a user returns, especially a young one, the more valuable they become, not just as an audience, but as a data source for refining the next wave of addictive features. Internal strategy documents from leading platforms describe the goal in plain language: maximize retention, deepen emotional attachment, and reduce the odds that a user drifts away. Leaked presentations from 2023 and 2024 revealed that product teams ran experiments to suppress boredom by limiting the diversity of content shown to users. In one A/B test, recommendation engines were tweaked to shrink feed diversity by as much as 60% within a handful of sessions, making each swipe feel more familiar, more comforting, and more likely to keep users coming back. Engineers called this process entropy reduction, a technical term for narrowing the range of what a user sees until their habits become almost automatic. Whistleblowers from AI chat and social platforms have described the pressure to boost session length and repeat visits, especially among teens. Retention became the key metric, with features like streaks, badges, and synthetic personalities, all designed to anchor users in endless loops. As one former product manager put it, "We weren't building tools for learning or growth. We were building traps for attention." For students like those at Skyline High, the results are personal. The more time spent with AI helpers, the harder it becomes to break free. What begins as convenience becomes dependency, as platform incentives quietly reshape curiosity into routine. After 30 days away from AI feeds and chatbots, students at Skyline High described a new kind of clarity. Some found it easier to finish homework without drifting off mid-task. Group discussions lasted longer, and teachers noticed more students raising their hands, willing to puzzle through a hard question instead of reaching for a device. One student recorded in her diary, "I finally remembered how stressful but satisfying solving a problem on my own can be." But the story didn't end with steady progress. By week 5, several students quietly reinstalled their favorite apps, admitting the urge for instant answers and easy comfort was stronger than expected. The slip didn't erase the gains, but it showed how deep the patterns ran. Even adults in the experiment described the same cycle: brief relief, then the familiar pull of the feed. Recovery, it turned out, wasn't a straight line. In classrooms and boardrooms, the impact of AI brainrot is no longer hypothetical. Educators report a surge in assignments that echo the flat, pattern-matching prose of large language models, technically polished, but stripped of original thought. At one university, faculty flagged a record number of suspected AI-assisted essays in a single semester, with students admitting they use chatbots just to keep up. In elementary schools, teachers now debate the need for mandatory AI off hours after discovering entire third-grade classes turning in homework written by autocomplete tools. Parents voice regret, describing how the promise of an academic edge became a shortcut that undermined frustration tolerance. Policymakers are taking notice. Senate hearings in late 2024 featured testimony from experts like Dr. Jonathan Haidt, who warned that unchecked algorithmic assistance risks eroding the very skills education is meant to build. Proposals for algorithmic audits and digital integrity standards remain locked in debate, but the call for intervention is growing louder with each new school year. In 2024, Oxford named Brainrot the word of the year, reflecting a measurable shift. Studies now show average attention spans have dropped to just 47 seconds. The evidence is clear. AI-powered feeds and chatbots are reshaping how young people think, learn, and connect. Research from MIT and Dr. Gloria Mark documents how these platforms alter brain patterns and reward systems, pushing users toward shallower, more repetitive consumption. Yet, many effects remain unknown, including the long-term impact on creativity and social development. While past technology shifts spark debate, the scale and speed of AI's influence today are unprecedented. Documented school interventions and policy proposals show growing concern, but definitive solutions are still in early stages. What is certain? The tools designed to make life easier are quietly changing the way we pay attention and remember. As more of daily life runs through AI, the challenge is no longer just convenience. It's how much of our focus and agency we're willing to outsource.